What is up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today we have another video straight from the SM Academy. It is to do it at home since we are either locked out because of obligation or locked out because of conscious choice. Whichever your specific situation is, even though we are all going through the same situation, I want to encourage you all to stay active, to stay together, to stay healthy, and especially to stay positive during these moments, which is super hard to get caught up in a downward spiral loop of negativity. It's much easier to complain than to adapt, and I don't want to diminish the severity of the situation. It is a big deal, even though if you don't look at it as such, many people does. So empathy is another point, but without getting into too guru about this whole situation, just stay active, stay healthy, and take this time to reconnect with yourself so you can reconnect with the entire world around you. With that being said, I'm gonna announce the winners from this last video giveaway. Since we are choosing not to ship merch, it's gonna be again three winners instead of one. 3 winners that are gonna win 3 months for free to premium membership access to the Academy. And the lucky winners are AAVV, Marcel Chaloba, my bad brother, and Tanai Saint. You guys just won 3 months for free as a premium membership to the Academy, full access to the entire library of courses, workout programs, individual moves, and everything that is the SM Academy. With that being said, guys, today's video is going to be focusing on our core, especially on our obliques, but this one is a routine, a short routine that you can do anywhere, anytime you like, no excuses. Please, guys, stay active, don't let your gains throw out the windows. Put in the time, put in the effort, and take this time to explore and maybe find different movement patterns that you would not do otherwise if you were at your typical gym. With that being said, guys, I'll see you all in the video. What is up, guys? Welcome to another HIIT training. Today, our main focus is going to be our core, but especially we're going to be targeting more our obliques. We're also going to be doing some isometrics that is going to work our entire core, but the main focus is going to be in our obliques, rotations, and side flexions mostly. We're going to be going for a combination of a dynamic exercise paired with a isometric exercise, and we're going to be going for 25 seconds of that dynamic exercise, 5-second break, and then 25 seconds of the isometric movement, then 5-second break, and then 25 seconds of another dynamic, and then 5 seconds. Let me go through the routine. First one is going to be laying reverse rotation crunches. So you're gonna lay down. By the way, it is 12 sets, so if you wanna put the timer, it'll be 12 sets of 25 seconds of work with 5 seconds of break. First one, reverse crunches. You probably saw it on one of our YouTube videos. This is reverse crunches with rotation. So you make sure your low back is in contact with the ground. You can use your hands for balance. Now you raise your knees up and then you twist. In this case, I'm twisting towards my right, and what I'm working mostly is going to be on my left oblique. So you go here, and then you twist, and then you come down. Twist, and then you come down. Make sure you're really flexing and you're not only like twisting. You really wanna, from here is 2 movements but combined as 1. So you flex from the bottom up, from the bottom up, and then you twist, engaging this part of the oblique. You do 25 seconds of that exercise, then you take a 5-second break, and then you go into a hollow body hold from that same side, which will be this one. Let me face the camera this way. So you will go towards the right, and then you will do a side hollow body hold on that same side, basically engaging isometrically the same oblique that you were working on the exercise. Now, a couple variations for this one is if you can bend your legs a tiny bit. Just make sure you're not right here, but you're trying to create that hip extension. but if you can keep them straight, that's okay. And your hands for balance. So you can begin with 5 fingers. This hand can be right here for balance, or it also can be here, and then you can go to 1 finger. What I don't want to see is this, because you're not doing anything here. You're actually like lifting and holding it here. If you're a little bit more advanced, you can release the hands and find that balance for yourself. This really works on isometrically your obliques. It really helps for handstands because we're always working on this plane. In hollow body hold, it's a very common exercise, but side hollow body hold is not very seen, at least in the calisthenics community, in the movement community, but it's very common in gymnastics because it really gives you stability through your entire core. So once you do 25 seconds of reverse crunches, 5-second of break, then 25 seconds of the hollow body hold on that same side, then you take 5-second break and you go to the other side and you do the same thing. So you go towards that side. To modify this exercise, you can either put some ankle weights or you can keep your legs straight, but there is no really big difference in terms of load unless you have like a huge amount of calf in regards to your core. So I'd rather keep my legs in tuck, that I can really focus on that rotation of my core. And then one more time, then you extend and then you go into the side hollow body hold. Now the side hollow body hold, it is not so much that hollow position like in gymnastics. I really want to mimic more of a handstand shape, which is you keep a posterior pelvic tilt, but you extend through the hips. So it's a posterior pelvic tilt and hip extension, but not a lumbar extension, only hip extension, which is basically stretching your hip flexors. So that would be 25 seconds, 5 seconds, 25 seconds. That would count as 2 minutes, and you're only doing 2 exercises. Then you move on to the next one, which is side plank reach rotations, or thread the needles. I think they call it that way. You go into side plank. One foot is gonna go on front, and the other one, make sure, as you see here, like I'm starting and my hips are like sinking down. Always keep those hips up to engage the oblique, and you reach through, and then you go up. So when you're here in this side plank, you're engaging, in this case my left hand is in the ground, my left oblique is the one that is working, but when I rotate, it is my right oblique that is doing most of the work. But when I'm here, I'm working on that anti-flexion of my core. Then you take a 5-second break, and then you just hold the side plank. Make sure you're always lifting those hips, sure you're engaging everything up. You're not like twisting or like right here. Try to keep the balance, try to push as much as you can and keep everything tight. The foot can be on top of the other one. It's a hard variation obviously for balance. If you need one foot to have it on top for balance, that's totally fine, as long as it is only the foot and it's not like you are right here breaking everything. You want to be right here and maybe one foot behind too, but making sure your body is completely straight. But the easier modification will be being on your elbows, and you do the same thing. You thread the needle, 25 seconds, break for 5, hold for 25, break for 5, repeat on the other side. Next one is going to be Russian twist plus a boat hold. So Russian twist, you set up a boat hold with your legs straight. Now to modify it, you can bend your legs as a 90-degree angle, or even right here. And the more forward you are, the easier it's going to be. So try to extend those legs. This is also going to depend on your hip flexor strength and your hamstring flexibility. And this will be the intermediate variation. But before this one, it's actually the Russian twist, which you're in this position, you go left, right, trying to keep those legs together. I know it's very easy to do this, or to like, I don't know, do something weird with your legs. Try to squeeze those legs together, try to point your toes. We're doing a HIIT training, but we are always going for perfect form, if that even exists, but for good form. And if you are accustomed your body to keep this position, even though you might have a slight bend on your knees, when you're doing that, once you get into a handstand training, then you're gonna be able, like your body's going to recognize that. When you go to pull-ups, your legs are not gonna be like fluttering around, but they're gonna be squeezing together. So for me, as your coach, as your teacher, it is my job to actually remind you that 1,000 times if it's necessary. So perfect form always is the best. So you go side to side. You don't need to touch the floor. You can keep your hands right here. What I'm looking is core rotation, which is absolutely different than hands on the floor. You can be here and you can just touch the floor. I want you to rotate, and obviously your legs are gonna go into the opposite direction. Try to keep them, even if they switch sides, try to keep them as straight as possible, so the only thing that is moving is your core, even though they're gonna slightly vary a little bit. Once you're done with the Russian twist, 25 seconds, you take a 5-second break. You can avoid the 5-second break if you want to, and just go straight into the hollow body hold. And if you wanna make this more intense, just go a little bit down or raise your arms overhead. This really makes it super, super intense. You can be right here, and for the boat hold, this is not hollow body hold, this is boat hold, at least that's why they call it in yoga. And it is different than the hollow body that you are right here. You wanna keep a neutral spine. A slight flex, I'd rather a slight flex than a complete extension on your lumbar spine, but just a slight, and mostly, like if you see my back, it should be pretty flat, I guess. So 25 seconds, Russian twist, 5-second break, 25 seconds of the isometric hold. Then we go into elbow plank, knees to elbow, into your elbow plank. Modification for that one on the Russian twist, just bend your legs a little bit or rest when you need it. Elbow plank, protract your scapula, depress your scapula, so you're working also on scapular strength. Bring those hips down and posterior till your pelvis, but by bringing your hips down, you're actually stretching on your hip flexor. You're basically working on that hip extension, but not lumbar extension. So you keep this right here, and slow and control, but at a steady pace. Since it's HIIT training, you're gonna go towards the left, and then you're gonna go towards the right. Now, a huge mistake is that we lift our hips way too much. We go right here. You're still working on your core, but you're gonna miss the benefits of the scapular stabilization and mobility and a bunch of other benefits that if you try to keep those hips low. Obviously, they're gonna raise a tiny bit when you go up, when you reach with your knee, but when you go down, you see my hips, boom, push it down one more time. And the reason we're doing to the same side is since we did already a lot of rotation. Now I wanna work more on this plane, even though it's not side flexion. And after you do 25 seconds of those, you're gonna rest for 5 seconds, and then you're gonna hold the elbow plank for 25 seconds. You're gonna rest 1, 2, 3 minutes, as long as you need it, and repeat the full routine for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times if you like it. As I said, this is no equipment, so you can do it anywhere you like. If it's way too easy, you can take away the 5 seconds. You can also increase the time. You can put ankle weights and do everything with ankle weights, or just use it as a finisher of your workout if you find that this is way too easy. And since if it is your core muscles, you can do this HIIT training really every single day. Of course, be mindful of your recovery. A smart practitioner, a smart athlete, mover, the first thing that differentiate a very smart practitioner and a mover from a regular person is that you listen to your body and you know when to rest. As I've been saying over and over, we give you guidelines, we give you steps to follow, and the amount of volume that is not overtraining. But I mean, if you've been training for a long time and you know your body well enough and you know that you can overreach for a week and then scale down the volume on the next week, then feel free to do so. But then I'm getting into theory videos as always. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. All right, guys, are you guys ready? Let's set up the timer. 12 sets, 25 interval, 5-second of break. We start in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lay down on the floor. Let's go towards the right first. Reverse crunches. Make sure you're breathing, exhaling every time you go up, and really flexing from the bottom up, really contracting that, in this case, left oblique. 5-second break. Now we're gonna go whole body hold towards that same side. Go here. And if you need some assistance, just use the fingers to hold it. You can bend your legs a little bit. Make sure you're always lifting. Contract, even though it's a isometric hold. Really, really tense everything up. Suck your core in. And break. Now we're going to the other side. Lay down, close that gap. So towards left. Engaging the right oblique. You can do it without hands, only with the support. Your elbows. Make every rep count. This is not a race. We want to put intensity into every rep. 5-second break. You're ready. Whole body hold on the right. On the left, right oblique. Keep lifting. I want to see you guys like sinking down right here. Like really keep lifting both from the top down and from the bottom to the top. Keep that balance. If you lose it, use your hands. Hold it, hold it. 5-second break. Going to side plank. Reach rotations. So again to your right arm and thread the needle. So up, full movement. Really contracting the left oblique. And 5-second break. We're gonna still stay on side plank, same side. Hold it there. Now, I don't want you to see you guys sinking down your hips. Keep those hips high. This hand can do whatever, but put it here, here. Most important part is your body's not tilting to any side, but completely in this plane. And break. So to the other side. Left hand, right foot in front, thread the needle, and up. Inhale, exhale. Really contract when you reach, And if you don't feel it, you're probably gonna run, because I feel it. And break. 8 seconds. Same side, side plank. If you need to go into your elbow, feel free to do so. Adjust the exercise to your level. Keep raising those hips. Keep your focus. Keep your focus. And even though we're working on the oblique, I want you to suck your transverse abdominal to create that vacuum effect. And break. 5 seconds. Russian twist plus bow hold. Over here. This one, even though I say it's not a race, if you can go fast and do the exercise right, by any means, go ahead and do it. And once again, it's not about touching the floor. You can just be right here. Really focusing on the rotation. Only 5-second break. Get ready for the ball. Whole body, both hold and hold. If you want an extra challenge, you can lower just a tiny bit. Flex your spine just a tiny bit, but more of a neutral spine. Point your toes, squeeze your legs together. If you want an extra challenge, bring your legs up. Hard to balance there. Hold it, almost there. And 5-second break. Last one, elbow plank. Let's go left first, right, left, right. And I don't want to see your hips coming up. Keep your hips low your scapula protracted and depressed, and reach as far as you can go. If you don't have a mic, that doesn't get in the way. 5-second break, and we're going for last one, plank hold. And let's go. Only 25 seconds. If you want to make it harder, as always, increase that lever, making sure you're not increasing that lever with your arch back, but keeping that posterior pelvic tilt, engage your glutes, engage everything. Last, hopefully 10 seconds. Breathe and release. So there you have it, guys. As always, you can do only one round. I don't know how long it's gonna take you, but you can do 1 round, 2 rounds, 3 rounds, or 4 rounds. This is mostly, as I said, emphasis on the obliques, but you're also working on anti-extension and some isometric contractions for your entire core. And even though you are emphasizing some part of your core, you will always be working your entire core. So that's it for today, guys. I'll see you next time. Peace out. Thank you guys so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, share, subscribe, and comment down below what else you want to see on this channel, especially during these home workout period times. I want to announce the release of our new program called the Home Workout Experience. It is a program created by me and Yasir, and it's called the Hybrid Home Workout Experience because we are combining yoga, calisthenics, primal movement, explosiveness. You're gonna have a breath work of the week. You're gonna have a meditation, a guided meditation of the week. You're gonna have a challenge every couple weeks. And it's to have fun and to not be discouraged during this period of time. As I said in the intro, stay active, stay together, stay motivated, stay positive. With that being said, guys, I'll see you all next week. Much love.